Tonight on my show, I will have a long conversation with Mr. Dean Robinson. Dean, first of all, welcome back to the show here.
Thanks for having me, Eric.
And this show is going to get quite opinionated because we're going to cover a lot of things about America and about the upcoming inauguration. As we get started here, I want to have our audio person get our first video clip ready to go because I had a chance, over the past 15 months to talk with a lot of people about the President-elect Obama, about why they voted for him, why he'd make a good president, and I would try to capture what they were saying and what they were feeling about what they like about Mr. Obama. Let's go ahead and run these clips, and we're going to come back and talk with Dean Robinson. All right, Mr. Robinson, it was so interesting listening to the people express things that they never really ever had a chance to express before, because here in Fort Wayne, the only blacks we've ever seen get elected to anything have been for city council. Don't have a black mayor yet. And, some of the things that were discussed was, some of the people said that he's the right guy, he has the right issues, he's young, fresh ideas. Change is needed, he's real people, a good speaker, he speaks from the heart, he's awesome, honest, truthful. The idea of energy and excitement and the spirit in which that he conveys, positive atmosphere, all those types of intelligence, courage. Is there any problem with regular people getting too excited about a political candidate?
Well, to be excited about a political candidate is to be excited about a person who has a divided mind and who lies constantly to the citizenry. To be excited about a person like Barack Obama, who was handpicked by the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations to be the new puppet president of the United States. This man has promised change, and before he's even been inaugurated, many of his campaign promises have been proven to be lies. He said that he promised change, but he's basically bringing in all of Bill Clinton's old cronies. He's also named Hillary Clinton his Secretary of State. Now here's a woman who was proven publicly, nationally, to be a liar. She disparaged this man savagely throughout her campaign, and now somehow he sees the wisdom in bringing her on.
Well, we're going to, mend the fences.
No, there was no mending of fences. I believe it was all concocted. Just the whole dynamic between the two of these people, these campaigns, they're really designed to intoxicate the American people, to make them irrational. These things that they say at these conventions are completely ridiculous. They're promises that will never be fulfilled.
But that's from all parties, though.
That is correct. So Obama is no different. He looks different from George Bush, but his policies on war are the same. And war is bad. War is evil. It brings death and destruction. There is no one who can give me a rational reason for war. Only a banker can do that.
Only explain that.
Well, the wars in our life and times are fought for money. There's never a citizen that asks for these conflicts. It is always our leaders that do it. And they use fear to control us. And they use these wars to build their military-industrial complex, which keeps us in place. It's a bully police state that we live under. We truly live under National Socialism in America. We defeated the Germans in World War II, but Nazi technology and ideology came to America through Project Paperclip. And so the propaganda that you see in our media, in our schools, in our churches, this was all born from Nazi technology and ideology. We're living under it.
In churches, how do you mean that?
Well, it has been known that churches have been paid, religious leaders in our country have been paid to put forth certain political agendas. This has been proven. This is open knowledge. So our schools also participate in this, the weakening of our young minds, so that people cannot think once they become adults. Because a weak mind is one that can be controlled by people who utilize fear.
But other cultures, other nationalities, they're achieving well on the intelligence tests. And so are you saying that it's just not Americans that are being dumbed down? It's happening globally?
All governments are corrupt. Federal, state, local. They are all corrupt. They are all run by people who lie, who make promises to us that they don't keep. Even our own local city council is not interested in the civil rights of its citizens. It is only interested in restricting the rights of its citizens. This recent light ordinance added to the noise ordinance in Fort Wayne is a great example of this. Here's a situation in which if someone has a security light on their home that is aimed towards their neighbor's house and their neighbor feels like they would like for it to be moved, according to our city council, this neighbor should not go talk to their neighbor about this light. This neighbor should call the police. To have the police then deal with it is completely outrageous. Our city council is running buck wild. They deserve to be impeached.
Well,
but let's get back to Obama.
You know, the way that the people are so enthused. I mean, he got the white vote all across America. A lot of the black vote. There's a lot of blacks who are very skeptical, and a lot of them didn't vote for him because they felt that he couldn't win anyway.
Eric, was there any possibility that John McCain was going to beat Barack Obama with the backing that he had from the media? Was there any possible way that John McCain and Sarah Palin, as ridiculous of caricatures that they were, does anybody in this world believe that that election was for real? It was a joke.
The people of Allen County believe that.
Believe that it was real?
Absolutely.
The people of Allen County have been duped. Barack Obama is a puppet. The only difference between him and George Bush is skin color. And it's despicable that we have black people in this country that have voted for a man simply because of his skin color. It's abhorrent.
Well, you know, I've heard that argument before, but when he starts getting specific about...
What has Obama been specific about?
Well, in talking about how he's going to get us out of Iraq.
He's not going to get us out of Iraq. He's going to draw down the troops in Iraq so he can build up in Afghanistan so they can fight for the poppy fields over there. It's about drugs in Afghanistan. That's why we're there.
It's not for bin Laden.
Bin Laden is dead.
He hasn't been found yet.
That's right, because he's a dead man. The CIA has been creating videos falsely to make people believe that this boogeyman still exists. He does not. He's dead.
Well, we have to do some research into that. But so that's almost implying that with the poppy fields
Mm-hmm.
and the...
we already know that our CIA is complicit in the drug trade. This is commonly known.
The last few people that I've heard of that have tried to build a case against the CIA being involved with drugs, they're all dead.
This is all openly known. Our government is corrupt. Do you understand this, Eric? It is run by psychopaths. It is the only thing that makes sense. We invaded a sovereign nation in Iraq. Invaded a sovereign nation. This is what imperialist countries do. This is what bullies do. We're not even at war with these people. And when we did invade them, we didn't fight an army. We fought women and children and farmers. We've been using depleted uranium shells there. We've turned Iraq into a toxic waste dump of death and fear and destruction. About 1 million innocent Iraqi citizens have been killed, displaced, or disfigured. But we are told that somehow this atrocity makes us safer. It is an atrocity, and it is false. And anyone who believes that the killing of 1 million innocent people, our brothers and sisters, makes us safer or somehow righteous, it is of a sick, twisted mind that would believe this.
But they have Saddam Hussein out of the picture now.
Saddam Hussein was executed for hunting down the people who had attempted to execute him, to assassinate him. He found these people and punished them. That is the crime for which he was prosecuted and executed.
You got our next clip ready to go here, but Under the idea that all governments are corrupt, I do feel our government is the best government because it gives us a chance to voice our views. Like in other countries,
We have the most mighty country. We have a mighty army because we spend more money on our military than all the countries combined. We have the feeling that might makes right, that force and fear makes right, but they do not. Our political system with this Democratic and Republican parties is a farce. We have one party. Did you realize that in Nazi Germany, they also lived under a so-called democracy? They did vote for candidates, but they're all of the Nazi party. It's the same thing that we have now, only they've split the party into right and left. It is the same party. Again, even the description of the Democratic and Republican parties, it's a division that is designed to confuse rational people.
but there's also the
You've got-
independent party.
You've got
too.
the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are our main parties. The other ones are inconsequential. So let us look. Democratic Party, Republican parties. It's a ridiculous division. We don't live in a democracy. We're supposed to live in a democratic republic. A democratic republic. You don't split those. They work together. We have a republic that governs, that is elected democratically. They don't work separately. But we've got a political system that sees wisdom in splitting the two to confuse rational people, to give all of us divided minds, when we must have unified minds